Welcome to the Hardcore Closer Podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder of HardcoreCloser.com, and this podcast is all about helping you, the salesperson, close more sales. And look, whether you're selling cars, homes, financial services, consulting, whatever it is that you sell, this podcast is dedicated to help you generate higher quality leads, increase your closing ratios, and show you how to charge premium fees for the items you sell so you can get paid what you're worth. Welcome to episode 72 of the Hardcore Closer Podcast, and I'm glad you're here. Look, if you're a first timer, you can check out the previous episodes. There's at least 71 of them at this time. I don't know when you're listening to it, but here we go. Every single week, I'm going to ask the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is called consistency, right? I need reviews. The only way that I can reach my goal of getting this podcast in front of 300 million salespeople is if you help me leave reviews in iTunes. It is the biggest thing. To become one of the top 10 or top 50 podcasts on iTunes is a huge thing. They push major traffic to your podcast, get you massive exposure. They give you the blue check, the PR, the whole thing. Everything that I need is in your hands because I know that we've got about 50,000 people a month listening. I think I said that right, but I think we got about 50,000 people a month listening to our shows right now. And so maybe a little bit more, but with 50,000 people a month listening to these podcasts, right, we only got like 500 reviews. So somebody's fucking me over there in the review department, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all are being some kangaroos. Y'all taking my free content and y'all not heading over there and leaving a review. I don't ask much. I do this every single week. The show's going to be badass today. You're going to fucking love it. But I need some reviews, people. I need you to just take a few minutes today, right now, wherever you are. Even if you're in traffic, take the next exit, pull over to the parking lot, pull your phone out, go to iTunes, push the THC podcast. Click the review button, say something that's 50 characters or more, leave me 5 stars. You can pitch your business. You can put your phone number on there, your email address, your Twitter handle, your Facebook page. I don't give a shit. We're going to read it all. But you got to go over there and leave me a review. Here's an example right here. It says, this is by far the best training podcast by Mike from Comcast. You see what I'm saying? Mike from Comcast. He kind of pitching his business. He knows what's up. Mike from Comcast Business in Central Valley, California. Well, there you go. See, this is how you pitch some shit, right? Mike is obviously paying fucking attention over here. Mike from Comcast Business in Central Valley, California, right? Ryan is the best podcast I have ever heard. Thank you, Mike. Flattery goes a long way here. I have been listening to this nonstop and not listening to any music while driving. We call that Automobile University, my man. I've been closing more deals since listening to this podcast. Stop messing around and get in front of this valuable podcast. I appreciate that, Mike from Comcast. So if you need Comcast, if you're looking for cable, Wi-Fi, internet, all that shit, and you are in Central Valley, California, look up Mike out there, man. That's what you do. See, we hook you up. You hook me up with a review, I'm going to hook you up and advertise your business, right? Like, I think this is illegal in like the real radio world. It's called like plug-o, play-o, but we ain't fucking governed by that bullshit, right? We are definitely for sale over here. It's a sales podcast. We are definitely for sale here, and I'll trade you a review for a shout out. How about that? Let's just switch it up. Reviews for shout out. So one other thing is I know that we've got a lot of people that work in the home industry that listen to this, and when I say the home industry, I mean, real estate agents, loan officers, title representatives, credit repair people. My guys like Mike. Mike's probably putting a lot of cable and a lot of electricity, or in a lot of Wi-Fi in a lot of houses. And we live in some uncertain times. We really do. The other day I set up this Facebook page to run a funnel to it. And on the Facebook page, I want to put some like news links and some good news and shit that's going on in the neighborhood where I'm trying to promote this house. And I go to 3 different news sites, and it wasn't nothing but it was like an old school gangster rap song. Kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder. I'm like, shit, Snoop Dogg articles on here left and right. So, I mean, it's like we live in some really uncertain times if you pay attention to what's going on out there. And people, really the truth is we're safer than we've ever been before thanks to things like yourfreealarm.com in people's homes. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. And security cameras at every red light. The cars are safer than they've ever been. Just the other day, we pulled in from lunch. It was me and about 6 of our tribe members that had been having a mastermind. And James, which is my general contractor that does the work for us on Wolfman Assets, another real estate company I own. And then Travis Plum, my top salesperson. And as we were sitting at the red light, there was a car that ran the red light, and this truck hit. It was a Honda CRV. It got hit by like a F-250. And with a grill, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them, like I live in Texas, in Dallas, Texas. Like You know, in some parts of the South, a grill is like a signature of stature. Like in New Orleans, a grill, like a gold grill, it's like you got a gold grill in New Orleans, like you somebody, right? Like that's what they do is they spend their money on their teeth. Well, in Texas, the rednecks here, they spend money on grills too, but they're like brush guard, brushmaster, big cock fucking grills that they put on these trucks. These things are nothing short of fucking battle rams with fucking like what do you call that thing where you wind it up like a winch and shit, man. They like this dude hit the car and then probably could have hooked up to the motherfucker and flipped it back over. But anyway, so the car like runs a red light and the truck hit it so hard that the car flipped upside down, skidded on its roof. Right, it was the craziest thing. I'm sitting there in the Maserati right at the red light, and I was like, "Oh shit, man! Did you fucking see that?" I was like, "Dude, it was insane." Well, Travis, like he crazy as fuck, man. He runs out there and rescues the person out of the car, right? He like opens the door of the car smoking and shit. I'm like, no, I got sales to make. Like he fucking rescued her and stuff. It's like some hero shit. Anyway, what I say is she got out of that completely safe. We live in very safe times. But here's what I know is like people are uncertain and they want to make sure they want that security, that inner peace and sleep at night of making sure that their kids are safe, that their valuables are safe. And in the event that something happens and a door opens in the middle of the night, somebody's there, the police are getting called, and there's enough noise being made to where you can load your motherfucking shotgun and blow whoever the fuck up that doesn't belong in your house right back to where they came from. Or at least that's what we do in Texas. If you stupid enough to go in somebody's house in the nighttime in Texas, don't feel like you deserve a bullet because that's exactly what you're going to get. Everybody in this motherfucker's packing heat. If you stupid, like I know nobody listens to this, but if somebody is stupid enough to go in somebody's house in the nighttime in Texas, they have lost their fucking mind, man, because everybody's armed in this bitch. Biggest militia, biggest army and biggest militia in the entire world's right here in the state of Texas. So anyway, saying that, you get your people signed up at yourfreealarm.com. You can give them your real estate, credit repair, all those things I listed. You can give them a free alarm system. It's like you close a deal for somebody and it's simple as saying, hey, I've made arrangements for you to have a free security system installed in your house because we live in uncertain times. And it's my gift to you. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. And I want to make sure that your family's safe. And then my sales team, which are actually comprised of ex-national security. So they're like ex-federal agents, right? They work for the National Security Association. And so my sales team, which is comprised of many people that used to work for the federal government, keeping people safe, they're completely different than what we have at Hardcore Closer. But these guys, they help sell monitoring, doorbell monitoring assistance, cameras inside the house. I mean, we can keep people as safe as they possibly want to. We can set up nanny cams all around the house if you have kids. Like we got the hookup when it comes to all that stuff. The first step, though, is to go to yourfreealarm.com, sign up your clients, like do it as a courtesy for them, and leave your name in the referral box, and we'll give you $100 per referral. So let's jump into the episode, everybody. But don't forget one more time, yourfreealarm.com. I own the company, so you know it's going to be top-notch service, and we're going to take care of everybody. So we're going to talk today about 5 ways to increase your income by working less. Now, ain't that some crazy shenaniganery? You're like, how can you make more money by working less? I, too, used to have this roadblock of thinking in my life. I used to think in order to make more money, you have to work harder. And there's nothing wrong with hard work. I'm not going to go all anti-Gary Vee and shit on you because I work really hard. I was up at 4:45 this morning. I was at CrossFit by 6:30. And by 8:59, I walked in the front door of our new office here in Addison, Texas, went right into our daily sales team phone call and then jumped right into this podcast. So like, dude, I'm all for staying busy, and I'll probably roll till 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, maybe even later, depending on what we have to do. But here's the thing. Busy doesn't equivalent to money. I don't think I used that word correctly. You'll have to forgive me, but busy doesn't equate. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Busy doesn't equate to money. Just because you are busy does not mean that you are making money. There's a lot of people I've noticed over the years, being a consultant and helping a lot of people in their business. They'll say, I'm just too busy to do that. And listen, time is what you make of it. You might as well make money with your time. And you're not too busy. It's just that you got your priorities fucked up and you have your time management skills suck. I will repeat. You're not too busy. You just have your priorities fucked up and your time management skills suck. But there's 2 people that are in my life right now. I won't name them. And I don't ask them for much. And I'm stuck dealing with both of them. Like I have no choice. They're in my life for the next 18 years, guess who that would be that I have to deal with? And these two people consistently come up with excuses of why they can't do anything. I'm too busy for this. I have too much going on for this. Meanwhile, I'm over here running 6 motherfucking companies that are making millions of fucking dollars a year. And I still find time to go to my son's karate appointments now and then. I go to a sports event. And when I say sons, that's plural. I got 3 of them, right? And they all do different shit. I still take the kids golf cart rides every night. We go play golf. We go fishing. I still do all the things that I'm supposed to and work. Why? Because I have to, and I feel like I have to. I don't feel like there's 2 types of people. There's 2 types of people that, like, with their time, they don't feel like they have to complete everything that's on their schedule. And then there's me, that I feel like I have to do the work. I have to get it done. But what I've learned is that working more does not necessarily equivalent to money, right? Because you think about me. I said that word wrong again. I don't know what's going on with my brain this morning. I'm having like a reptilian issue here with my brain. Just stick with me, folks. It still gets good. But just like I don't have excuses for being busy. What I'm trying to do is be busy and make the best use of my time. And man, I tell you, the less I quote unquote work doing the busy stuff, the more I make. I hear coaches and consultants all the time say, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. It's not true. Nobody's as busy as me. Nobody listening to this is as busy as me. Now, and I don't think any of the guys that act like they're busy all the time, like Gary Vaynerchuk, no, I don't think they're as busy as I am either. Maybe they're on more airplanes than I am, but that's their fault. I'm more efficient with my time. They go get on an airplane somewhere and go speak in front of an audience. I do the same thing, same hour speech, but I do it via webinar, and I don't have to fucking waste 6 hours of my time in the airport. Who's really winning? And I'll make the same money they did. I just try to be more efficient with my time. You see, I grew up working at a car wash. And a car wash is basically an assembly line. They pull up, they vacuum it, they drive it on the track, they spray it. The track goes through the conveyor, goes through the dryer, they wipe it off, pull it out front, clean the windows, do the tires, send the person on their way. Right? It's an assembly line. And so I've tried to always live my life as that assembly line too. It's like, where's the beginning? What's the process? And where does it end? Right? Where do they come in, which would be the vacuum? And where do they drive off, which would be after we clean the windows? And so I've always tried to run things that way. But the problem was I was the only person working on the assembly line for a long time that kind of sucked. And I thought that, hey, you know what, if I can do it all myself and I can work this hard, blah, 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 I just keep it up forever. And it's bullshit, man, because if something happens to you and you're doing all the work, guess what? You don't get paid anymore because there's nobody to do the work anymore. So I'm not here to tell you not to work hard today, but I'm going to tell you some ways that increase your income to make more money by working less. Okay, number 1, manage your time. You kind of knew that was coming, right? Kind of segued into this pretty damn good here. Most of you say you're too busy, but the problem is you're busy doing busy work, not busy doing paid things. Busy work would be, let's take loan officers, for example. Busy work would be filling out applications and quoting rate and looking over pricing and filling out good faith estimates. I know they're called closing disclosure. It's been a while, guys. Bear with me here. For a real estate agent, it might be filling out contracts, tracking down title work and surveys and ordering inspections and all those things aren't things that get you paid. They're things that are part of the process, but they're not what gets you paid. What gets you paid is putting another deal in the pipeline, another loan in the pipeline, another house on the market. And so when it comes to managing your time, you need to put time into the things that get you paid and then outsource the rest. And I know a lot of people that listen to this, especially salespeople, they have this scarcity mentality where they're scared to hire someone else. What if I can't pay him? I will tell you this with full 100% confidence. I have some of the most talented people on the fucking planet working for me. And all of them started working for me for free. Lindsay worked for me for $200 a week in the beginning, right? Obviously she makes a lot more than that these days. And I believe she probably makes that a day these days. And so maybe more than that. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. But she started off. She was willing to do the work and saw the vision, and she's here. Pat, man, he would come to my house for free for 2 months. That's the first person in my company to get a 6-figure salary. The first person ever. But he started off working for free. Travis. That guy's making, more money last month than I did. And he started off by working for free. Commission only. Josh, Roxanne. The list goes on. Jose started off for, $100 a week. And now all these people are successful, making more money than they've ever made in their entire lives. All of them, not just one of them. And it's because of how I manage my time, right? I've got them in places. And so you got to manage your time better. The things that don't get you paid, you need to outsource to somebody else. And in the beginning, there's somebody hungry enough that wants to learn the business and wants to grow with you. If you're a good leader, there's people out there that are waiting to be led. There's people out there that will die hard for your team. I always say this. I say, hire loyalty and train experience. That's it, man. I always feel like you could train anybody to do anything. Repetition is mastery. But loyalty, somebody that's willing to work for $200 a week all the way to 6 figures a year, that's huge. That's stuff that you can't train. So manage your time. First thing you got to do is outsource. The next thing is, I keep a schedule. And so when I say schedule, I mean every single move I make is on the calendar. If somebody wants me to give them a phone call, I put it on the calendar. If it don't fit on the calendar, it doesn't get done, right? So I just, everything I do is on my calendar. I'm going to look today at my calendar. And so it says 9 a.m. daily huddle, 9:30 podcast, 10 o'clock filming, 11 o'clock group meeting, noon, break for lunch, 30 minutes. At noon 30, I've got a meeting with Randall. At 1 p.m., I've got a tribe consultation with Cathal. 2 p.m., I've got a tribe consultation with Gene Slay. 3 p.m., tribe consultation with Philip Duthay. And at 4 p.m., I finally got a break. 4:30, I've got a 45-minute podcast. And at 6 p.m., I've got to take my son Jax to karate. Now, if somebody needs something done in that meantime, I plug the few 15-minute holes that I have in there and get that work done as well. But I live and die by this calendar. This is how I know it's time for me to go home. I look up, it's 5:30, and it says, hey, go pick up Jax from karate at 6:30. That's how I know it's time to go home every day. I live by this schedule. My wife puts my appointments in this schedule. My assistant, Lindsay, puts things in my appointments in my schedule. Pat puts appointments in my schedule. My clients put themselves in my schedule. It's all based around my schedule. And the rule is, if you can't do it yourself and there's nobody else on the team, then put it on my schedule. So I don't have a whole lot of shit on my schedule from outsiders. It's mostly stuff that I'm doing. You heard a lot of it is, $30,000 per year consulting appointments that I have. 3 of them today, as a matter of fact, plus 3 podcasts counting this one. But I manage my time correctly. Those are things that only I can do. Everything else has been outsourced. Number 2, you have to set a daily work limit. Just like I just told you, at 5:30, I know I need to leave and go pick up Jax from karate at 6. So I know that today my work limit's 5:30. So I woke up at 4:45 this morning so that I could get everything done by 5:30 because I saw it all in my schedule. So that I get everything done by 5:30, have my business handled, and be able to pick my son up and be home by 6 to Amy. She's a great cook. So she makes good food. So I just go home, have dinner, spend some time with the family. I'm done for the day. Look at my schedule tomorrow, figure out what time I got to wake up in the morning to make it happen. Because I'd rather wake up early than work late. That's just me. But so you need to set a daily work limit. I know that from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day, I'm working. Sometimes I go a little bit after, but that's the target, to get everything done by 6 so I can be home by 6:30. But if you don't set the daily work limit and you just have an open-ended schedule, what will happen is you'll end up just working forever because you won't have a time. Like if you were playing a football game and there were no quarters and no clock and it just kept playing on and on, you just keep playing football until you die. There's got to be an end to the game. And every day you're on the grind playing the game, there's got to be an end to it. You got to set a daily work limit. Number 3, you got to put your money to work. Now, here's how you can make money and increase your income without having to increase time that you make money. Or without having to increase time that you actually work. And so I was talking to a tribe member on the way to the office this morning, and he was saying, hey, I make a lot of money every month and I'm just putting it in savings or blowing it on dumb shit. Like, what can I do to stop that? And it's like, hey, man, if you want to make more money, it's one thing to increase the production of whatever it is that you sell. but it's also another to create passive income streams. And one of those ways is through real estate. You can buy a house for $20,000, $30,000, and you can get financing on that if you need it and you got good credit. But I mean, you got cash money. You can buy a house for, let's say, $30,000 to $50,000. You can buy a duplex from my boy Matt Motil in Cleveland. He's the Cash Flow King podcast. You can check him out. But you can buy that from him, and those things might, cash flow $800 a month your way. And all of a sudden, you got $800 extra a month. You do that 10 times, you got $8,000. You do it 20, you've got $16,000 a month coming in. And you can refinance your whole portfolio, pull all your cash back out of it, and then go fucking double down and turn that 16 into a 32. I turn a 2 into a 4, 4, 2 and 8. You know what I'm saying? Some old gangster shit. The next thing you know, you drop every single dime that you make in your income into life insurance. And now, hey, listen, you need to go get your own financial advisor. I got no license other than a driver's license. And I'm sketchy at that because I've been in 3 wrecks in the last month, or in the last year. None of them were my fault, but still, nonetheless, they happen. So you should not take financial advice from someone like me that's unqualified. That being said, man, the key is to put your money in life insurance and then to pay off the real estate portfolio that you refinance so that by the time you're done working in 30 years, you've got, let's say, $10 million in assets because things appreciate and you'll have built your portfolio. You got $10 million in assets paying you roughly $50,000 a month in cash flow and you're debt free. Dude, you're going to be able to retire while your friends fucked off and partied all their fucking money away. Every month you increase your income by simply just putting your money to work for you. Right now I own 6 different companies. We have Hardcore Closer, which sells sales training. We have Break Free Academy, which sells online marketing and seminars. I have Wolfman Assets, which flips properties. That's what we do. It's me and a business partner that put our cash in and we flip properties. We have Alpha Equity Partners, where I partner up with people from the tribe and we buy and hold rental properties. And I have so we have that going for us. And then I have Clixo, and then I have YourFreeAlarm.com. So I've got these 6 streams of income right now coming in. Then on top of that, the programs like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Aweber, Lead Pops, the different affiliate channels, Read It For Me, like these different affiliate channels that I've set up, pay me another approximately $15,000 a month in income from affiliate stuff. Then on top of that, I give money to my boy Ryan Nichols, who buys things at wholesale and then sells them on Amazon. And so I give him 10 grand and I get paid $15,000 or $20,000 back in about a 6-month period of time. And I've been working on flipping that money with him too, right? Give somebody a little bit, see if it works well, and scale it. That's always been my model. And I'm doing that in a diversification. And guess what? If y'all stop listening to this podcast and Hardcore Closer went under, guess what? No big deal, because it's got 5 other sources of income plus an affiliate gig plus fucking Amazon plus real estate. And that's not counting like the little side hustles I do, speaking jobs and shit like that. Right? Boss comes in and fires me today. Fuck you, motherfucker. I got 10 other fucking ways to get paid. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Look at the look on my face. It is fuckless. Fuckless. See what I'm saying? So you put your money to work. Here's the thing. I kind of talked about this in Manage Your Time, but number 4 is leverage people, right? Build a team. Write down a list of everything that you have to do in order to acquire, deliver, close, and deliver service to a customer. And then put checks next to the things that you like of the process and that you're good and that make money. And then put X's next to the things that you hate that don't make you money. Hire somebody to do the things on the X's. And then guess what? Once they get good at doing the X's, hire somebody, then go and reevaluate the list that you have left. And then pick the things that only make you money and the rest of them put X's by and then hire somebody else to do that shit. Because if you will get focused on the things only you can do, see, only I can make this podcast. Only I can get on the Hardcore Closer videos. Only I can write the blog posts, right? Only I can send out emails, write books. There's certain things that only I can do. Only I can show up at speaking engagements where they're expecting Ryan motherfucking Stewman to show up, okay? And so everything else has been outsourced. My sales team, outsourced. Support for the tribe and support for our entourage members, outsourced. And not so much outsourced, but hired. And what I've done is I've made it to where now in my life, the only time that I get involved in anything is if nobody else could intercept that. I don't know who's paying. I don't know who's not paying. I don't know who's got problems. I don't know what this software or that software is. None of that shit's my business because I have paid other people to take over that portion for me to where I can free up my mind to focus on the things that only I do. And that's how you leverage people. And it's not about fucking them out of money or anything else. I pay better than anybody out there. I pay as if we're a fucking $100 million company. I've got plenty of friends that have way bigger companies that their CEO doesn't make as much money on salary as Pat does. And Pat's like, quote unquote, just a VP. You see what I'm saying? I pay very well. Lindsay, probably one of the highest paid personal assistants on the planet, right? Maybe Buffett's woman makes more money than she does, but I don't think so. Number 5, last one, leverage technology. Listen, it's one thing to have the people, but if you think about it, my sales team is only calling leads that are what we call 4 flames and higher. They're flaming leads. Flaming, they're hot. The leads are like, I have an announcement to make. I am ready to buy. But we have this rating system and it's fire. And it's for hot leads, right? And so 4 flames or higher, my sales team talks to them. 3 flames or lower, we don't fuck with them yet because they're not ready. Because I know in my business, it takes about 6 months of someone listening to my insatiable ranting and banter before they decide that maybe I know what the fuck I'm talking about and they give me a chance to change their life. And I'm used to that at this point. But I leverage technology. My sales team isn't wasting their time calling these people and following up and sending them individual emails every day. No, our email system sends them out every single day. There's a sequence they're going through, and it's sending them text messages, and it's giving them the videos that they're supposed to, and it's pushing them to get the free book. And then the free book's pushing them to get into Entourage. And then Entourage is selling them to come to the live event. And at the live event, you can bet your ass we're trying to get you in the tribe. That's what we do. We try to change your life from a free book all the way to joining our 30,000 Let Me Change Your Motherfucking Life Tribe program. But technology walks us through 90% of that process. And so what I've done is I look at my business and the activities of my team. Look, I've got 9 people on my team, and we're running multiple millions of dollars a year. We're close to $1 million a month. We're getting real close, folks. Real fucking close to it. And I've got 9 people doing that. That's unheard of. Right? It's not unheard of, but it's like very rarely heard of. It's slightly unheard of. And the thing that we're doing is like, first I leverage humans. And then I looked at technologies that could leverage my humans even better, right? So how can my robots do better than the humans? Because it was like Team Robot over here and Team Humans. Pat's on Team Robot. I, for one, am on Team Human. But robots often beat the shit out of Team Human. I'm just saying. Because robots follow up without any need for like reminding them or anything. They follow up. They send emails, send text messages, they send videos. And then when the time gets right and the flame rating gets right, the robots tell my sales team, it's almost like my robots, my follow-up system, this technology is like ISAs for my sales team. Same thing, the robots let my support team know when and they can't help. So a robot, an example, might be a video. So my guy, Jose, that does tech support, and instead of him being like, hey, man, tech support, blah, 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 here's how you do this shit, hop on a webinar, he can just shoot him a video. It's like, hey, here's a video that Ryan did on that exact subject. Enjoy. So we leverage the technology that's out there too. And look, it doesn't have to be expensive. We have some expensive technologies. Infusionsoft costs about $1,000 a month or something like that for us. But there's plenty of free shit that we use too. So let me recap real quick. Number 1, manage your time. Listen, you're not too busy. You're just busy doing the wrong shit. Change your habits up. Number 2, set a daily work limit. You need to tell yourself what time you need to have everything finished for the day so that you'll kill the procrastination gene. Number 3, put your money to work. The fastest way to make more money is to get your money working for you because, listen, money tucked away in a mattress, money tucked away in a savings account, it's not working, right? Money is like humans. You got to put it to work in order to get an ROI out of it. So you got to put your fucking money to work. Invest that shit, people. Leverage people and build yourself a team. And then number 5, leverage technology. So be sure to head over to elevatortothetop.com. You can grab a free copy of that book that I was talking about, and you can see my whole technology shenanigans and everything, how that works there. So again, go to elevatortothetop.com. You get a free paperback copy. There's 100 books left, and I'm debating on whether to place our next order or not. So like, get over there to elevatortothetop.com. If you've already got your free elevatortothetop.com book, then you need to join the damn entourage, right? Just go to breakfreeacademy.com/entourage. Give me one chance to change your motherfucking life. Your dreams will come true. Later, everybody. We'll catch you next week.